Hey everybody, it's Carrie from Reseller Revenue, and I'm here today to talk about my what solds for the last week, which I do from Wednesday or Thursday to Wednesday. And so we'll get right into that. Let's see what I have here. It was a fantastic week. I hope your sales were good. I'd love to hear some comments about how your sales have been, especially if you sell jewelry like me, or if you sell anything else, I'd also love to hear it. So let's review the week a little bit here. So as you can see, it is my week was for March 13th, and I did through March 19th, which is today. So it actually isn't 7 full days on this report because I was behind and didn't get one of these videos made this weekend. And I like to be transparent. So today's not over yet. So this number could go up just a little bit. And I kind of hope it does because I would love to tip the $6,000 mark for the week. That would be amazing. I had a $3,000 weekend and it was great. So let's just see what that looked like. So this is my net sales are so far for this week. $3,431.40. And that's out of $5,960.78 of sales. So obviously very different numbers. This is why when people give huge 90-day totals, I want to see some net numbers. And this isn't even all the net, right? I got to take cost of goods and stuff out of this. So I just try to keep it real, and I'm just, grinding away like you guys are every day trying to make a living. So that was made of 164 items were sold. My average ASP was $36.34, which was up. And I did have one auction last week, which usually I don't run auctions. Let's scroll down here. I had 115 one-time buyers and I had 13 repeat buyers. I really tried to have a good following. I try to average about that 10%, and I would love to see it get even more of my repeat buyers every week. If we go down to this little box here, this is where we can see what sold promoted and what sold via offers. So I never make a secret of it that I promote high because in jewelry, it's a very saturated category. And if people don't see your item, they can't buy your item. That is just how I do it. Doesn't mean anybody else has to. So 69.6% of my sales came from promoted listings. And I only had 8.5%, no, it was 91. Excuse me. I was like, that is not right. 91.5% of my sales sold promoted listings. That sounds right. 8.5% were organic. So what would that look like if I turned off promoted listings or turned them way down? I don't know exactly on these percentages, but I know my pocketbook feels it. So I don't really want to find out, but that's is what it is. My offer sales shows here that 55.3% of my sales are best offers to me. So I take a lot of offers, guys, and I don't hide that either. I take offers. I love offers. And these 19.2% of my sales were they accepted an offer I sent them. I sent a lot of offers too. So anything to keep me where they remember I'm around and that they need to buy something for me is what I'm doing. 25.5% of my sales is without offers, full price. And totally cool with that. That doesn't include sales. They might have been on sale, but they weren't made with a sale offer. Excuse me. I can't talk today, which is fine. Totally good with that. I think those are good breakdown. So this little guy, I love selling insect jewelry. People like bugs. They just do, at least in jewelry form. So this is just a little blue lucite brooch, wasn't very big, sold for $59.99 this week. This was really pretty. I know whoever got it's going to be happy with it. It's a very nice, got the fruit salad going on. Maybe leaning a little bit towards the primary jewel colors, but it worked. It's a nice brooch. Was not signed. And here, let me see there's the back. It was really well made. Sold for $59.99. This is a Victorian Revival slide bracelet. Who doesn't like a good slide bracelet? It did have some gold tone wear a little bit, but it was pretty well put together. And it was a nice bracelet still. But I tried to make sure that I accurately represented that it did have some wear. Sold for $52.49. So this is my big leap into selling some newer style jewelry that I got in a JTB jewelry lot. It was a very pretty ring. It is new. It is not vintage. It was a little on the bigger size, which I think helped it. So for $74.99. All the jewelry that I got in that lot was sterling. This is a Monet hydrangea lilac, whatever you want to call it, purple flower brooch. I saw this on a Whatnot show, and I was supporting a local that was selling a Whatnot. I think I paid $2 for this, and I recognized it as a Monet brooch that I'd sold for a decent price before. I sold it again for $44.99. This one was a really nice, put together, hefty pink rhinestone brooch. You can see some slight foil wear in there, but overall, the construction was still good. It was not missing any stones, and it was an unsigned beauty. I listed this on February 13th, and it sold, it took about a month to sell, a little over. There's the back. It was very well made. It has some solder on it, but you can see that. Still nice, nice old brooch. This is a check set. This also was from that same Whatnot show. I think I paid $8 or $9 for the set, so I did pay more for this set. And it was $67.49, but I listed it March 13th. It sold pretty much right away. This is from that JTV buy. So this is a STS necklace. These things are not going for real high dollar. See, my pictures are a little rough. Not going for real high dollar, but they're going, and they're going fast. So this was listed March 9th. Took a couple weeks to sell. Nice turnaround. I had a whole bulk lot of this stuff, so I'm happy with it. This was a nice mesh brooch and earring set. Not signed, but mesh has been kind of in lately. I think people kind of like it. It was in sets. It had nice painting on it. $34.49. It was listed March 9th, so it took over a month for that one to sell. This is a Western Germany brooch, also from that Whatnot show. I think I paid $2 for this one also. It was missing a stone. I did disclose that. I always put read up top when something's missing a stone. However, I listed this March 16th, and it sold pretty much right away. I think I took an offer for $40 on that. This one, I love this brooch when I first saw it. This was off of Facebook Market Buy. Really nice lady that sent me what didn't sell at a sale that they had, and they were fundraising. So happy to help contribute to their fundraising. It was for a youth choir program. I think I took an offer for $40 on this set. So I did take quite a lower offer. However, it was like same day or the day after, because this was listed March 16th. On those, I paid $5 a set for those. Vintage Austria brooch here. That's what I loved. I love the different colors. It was just a different pattern than a lot of my Austria brooches are. And it wasn't very big, but it was a very nice little brooch. $37.49. This belt buckle is amazing in person, and I think whoever gets it is going to be extremely happy with it. It's in really good condition. I got this in a lot off of eBay. I believe I paid like $40 for the whole lot, and there was quite a few belt buckles in there, and they were pretty good condition. It was a good seller. This one sold for $29.99, which I feel like I sell, if they're not sterling silver, I feel like 22 to 29 seems to be my good spot for belt buckles. This was some Holly Yashi earrings. They were very nice colored. Just that nice blue. Trying to, I got this in a lot off of Facebook Marketplace. I got like 58 pounds of jewelry from the same collection. It was one person's jewelry. Trying to find the signature for you guys here. There it is. So it's like sketched in there. It sold for $30. I listed this March 16th. So also a really fast turnaround. This was just a vintage modernist pin. I had not heard of this artist before when I listed it. It was listed February 15th, but it did sell for $37.49. So I guess I'm not sure if I undersold it or whatever, but I didn't have very much money into it, so I was happy with it. I do sell things that aren't jewelry. This is kind of considered in the jewelry realm, though. It is a compact. I pick up compacts when I can find them in the right brand, right condition, right price. And this one did not sell like I'd hoped it would. It was listed in October, so it was time for it to go. So it moved on down the road for $22. I try not to pick up things that aren't going to sell very quickly or for very much money, but it happens to every single one of us. So this also was on that Whatnot show. I think I paid $4 for this set if I remember correctly. Not the most like widely attractive green. It's kind of a dark green, but it definitely is like MCM type colors. The enamel was in amazing condition, and of course it was a set, which so it had lots of things going for it, and it was really rather big, that brooch was. So I think I took an offer for 26 or 27, which is fine. I listed it March 14th. So again, these are very fast turnarounds, which is what I'm going for. This was in my new jewelry lot. So I got a whole bunch of DeJoy, and I see I missed my space here, which would not have been good for the search algorithm. So that was very bad of me. It was also a size 9, which is a little bit on the larger side, which does help it sell a little faster, I believe. And it sold, I think I took an offer for 26 or something, 25, 26. I have less than $5 a piece into each of those. This is a tennis bracelet, also part of the new jewelry lot. I don't know, guys. I end up selling a lot of new jewelry lately. This was January 18th, so it did take a little longer than I like to have it to sell, but we're at $22.49. Yeah, I don't think I'd do that one again. This actually, whoever got it is going to be pleased with it. It's really quite heavy for what it looks like. It's pretty heavy, well made, especially the big red chunks. It's nice. Somebody's going to enjoy that. I listed it March 10th, so it took just a couple weeks. This is an Eliza Schiaparelli. Very nice piece. There's the signature. However, it had a lot of wear. It's possible some of that might clean up. I didn't really try very hard to clean this up, but it obviously has some wear. So I made sure to picture that really completely. I don't want anybody to have any bad surprises. And it sold for $243.67. I listed this clear back in December, which for me, it's not a good sign when it's still sitting here for 3 months later. And I did end up lowering the price. I wish I would have taken initial offers. I'm really good at that. I don't know. I kicked myself. Pretty sure I had an initial offer of like 275 on this. I should have taken it. Here is a rhinestone clamper brooch. This is, or bracelet, excuse me, not a brooch. This was out of the new jewelry lot again. Yep, it only sold for $22.49. It sold in 2 days. Can't really beat it, especially for unsigned new jewelry. I don't love that tight of profit margins. However, if it's going to sell in a day or two, I can make it work. This set was gorgeous. Also on that Whatnot show. I think I paid 11 for this set, 10 or 11 maybe. So I did pay a little more for it. I took an offer of 150, I believe. So, and it was listed March 14th. So it was not on the market very long. This is a stunning blue Juliana, one of the owl, and it's Rivoli set, gorgeous. I never got a picture of the back because I took a picture and then I went in to insert it because I forgot the first time. And I always had an offer on it, so I couldn't go in and change the photos. They bought it anyway. It's somebody that's bought from me before. Oh, hey, there's kind of the back, right? They bought from me before. I think they know I do not label anything Juliana that I cannot find in the Juliana database. So they will be happy with it. It was a beautiful set, and I was happy to flip it. I listed this March 5th. I really thought it would sell faster. I think I did have some offers that were better right at the beginning. So just goes to show I should not have been greedy. This was a gorgeous little heart charm bracelet. Love this little bracelet. Probably don't want to continuously look at the back though, right? It's pretty old, if you ask me. I can't date it exactly, but it's probably really early 1900s if I had to guess. I'm sure somebody'll reach out and say, no, you're wrong, but I don't claim to be able to age things exactly, but it's old. This was an old piece. I got it for $3 at the flea market because he said it was broke because it was missing a charm. It absolutely was missing a charm, but I put it on for auction because I really had no idea what to do with it, and it brought $159.37. I think I could have got more on to buy it now, but I'm happy with it. It was a good turnaround, for a week. This is a forbidden fruit set, and it's Austrian. The forbidden fruit craze is going strong. So if you have any of this stuff, I would encourage you to get it listed. Make sure you use the appropriate keywords for forbidden fruit. And it's pretty nice. $150 is what it sold for, $149.99. There's what the back looks like, the Japan back. It's a nice set. I listed that February 20th. I really thought it would go faster. It just didn't. I have a whole bunch of this, also new jewelry. So I am turning a little bit of a leaf anyway. Oh, I have a whole bunch of these new. Sold for, I might have taken an offer on that, so I don't want to misspeak. But I listed it February 16th. Last but not least, here's a nice Lapata bracelet. I feel like I got this at a local thrift store. I think I did, but it sold for $150. It sat there for a little bit. I listed it February 23rd. So I appreciate that you guys hang in there with me and check out my what solds. I've been asked to do some haul videos. I don't love haul videos. I don't like unboxing videos. I love watching other people's. You guys do great content out there. But I just don't, because I'm so numbers focused and business driven that I feel like I just want to show you guys what actually sells. Because, we can have the best haul or what we feel like is the best haul, but if it never sells because we price it wrong, we title it wrong, it's just not right. As long, like I said, I love watching other people's. I think it's great, good content. It's not really for me. So I will continue to just do what solds. I also want to start, maybe instead of doing, I wanted to do some kind of education to do right before my what solds, or at least I would make it so you guys could watch it in the same video, I think. However, as far as education on brands, Finds of Yesterday, Lynn, who's a really good friend of mine, she does such a great job putting those videos out. She has one on Monet. She just has all the great brands. She has great educational videos for jewelry. And I just feel like she's already done it really good. Like I don't think I'm going to do better than her. And so I just feel like I'll direct people to Finds of Yesterday for that. And then for me, I think I would like to do a little bit of finding the extraordinary in the ordinary. I think maybe that's what I would like to do every week with my what sold videos, to do another piece on jewelry. I love researching and finding that piece of, let's say Sarah Coventry, that usually doesn't bring a lot of money, but now, you find that one or two pieces that's worth so much more than the rest of it. And so maybe I would like to talk about things that are just standouts in the field. And maybe I'll even do some on niches that aren't jewelry. I just love that kind of research. So I would love to share that with you guys. And I think maybe that's what I'll start throwing in with my what solds, is some extraordinary, out of just ordinary brands that you just wouldn't think of. Because we all know that authentic Chanel or authentic Tiffany is going to bring us good money. But do you know the, $100, $200 Sarah Coventry, or the high end Avon, or, things that we can find everywhere, especially with garage sale season coming up. So I appreciate you greatly. Please jump on and check us out, Reseller Revenue and Patreon, if you'd like to join our live calls. We have all different kinds of niches. We meet every morning at 9 a.m. Central Time, Monday through Thursday. And I know I say a lot, sorry, I'm human. And we just talk about different topics and reselling topics, and we're all there to support each other. And we hang out and basically learn for an hour a morning. So it's really great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Like and subscribe and share with your reselling friends if you haven't already.